And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy, Cheap Ludes, and we're going to be talking about the market in NBA 2K22, my team today. Shout out to everybody who joined the stream last night. It's the first stream on my new setup, which is pretty cool. Still crackle a little bit, a little frustrating, but it is what it is. Technical difficulties aside, it went great. Thank you for showing up. So we're going to be talking about the market. This is the first weekend of October, which means 2K is doing the whole Dunktober thing. Now, what that is going to mean for the rest of October, it remains to be seen. You know, I was under the impression they were going to do Colossal a lot in the first month, and they only did it the once. So it's kind of hard to exactly predict what they're going to do here, but let's take a look at everything that's going on this weekend and talk about the market implications of everything. First things first, let's go to the agendas. We actually got a bunch of agendas. We got the play single player My Team stuff, where you get a slasher badge pack, which I know this isn't the greatest reward in the world. It'd be cooler if you got like at least a non-guaranteed Dunktober pack for finishing this, but it is a free small amount of XP just for doing stuff, like playing challenge games, playing domination, playing triple threat. There's also the Play My Team multiplayer one, where you get slightly more XP for finishing multiplayer games. I'm just not even going to do unlimited because I have like no interest in playing it, which I'm sure a majority of you guys watching me feel the same. Then we got the My Team Dunks challenge. This is really tight. You just have to get a dunk in every single mode, and I'll be honest, getting that dunk in TTO, it's not necessarily going to be hard, but the thing about that is people know these challenges exist, so they'll go in there and just paint sit, hoping that you're just trying to get that one dunk so they can get an easy win or whatever. Super frustrating. If that happens, literally spite them into the depths of Hades and just start shooting threes. Like, get your dunk a different time. They deserve to lose at that point. That's how I feel about it. Also got Weekend Warrior stuff. Now, is any of this stuff going to boost up any cards in value? Not really. I mean, they're basically, you know, just positions as opposed to teams at this point. We will start getting team-based challenges more, probably in Season 2 or Season 3, and that's when we're really going to see, like, market explosions for certain, especially like base set guys or whatever. I still haven't done like any of my signature series challenges. I've just been playing the game sporadically. We also got our week 3 part 3. All this stuff is in. You get draft tokens for completing these. I just haven't gone and tried to shoot 3-pointers with Mavericks players, and the fact that there's like holo guys is so frustrating, but you can get holo cards for relatively cheap if you are trying to get these draft tokens, because these draft tokens are absolutely worth getting. I don't know why I keep saying tokens. They're literally a ticket. It's a ticket in front of my face. So I don't know why I keep saying tokens, but either way, getting a holo card to get that assist on, I know holo cards are going to be kind of expensive for the most part, but it's worth it when you get those draft tickets, because draft is a pretty good mode, like it all together. Now look, draft does kind of suck, and the reason I say that is because, first off, I keep somehow managing to get a significantly worse team than everybody. I just don't understand what's going on there. Like, literally, I somehow managed to get a worse team than the person I'm playing against seemingly every single time. Either way, I haven't even played any since my Flash draft. Like, I just haven't played it. It's just been kind of frustrating. I got like all golds and I was just really mad. So the fact that you can't purchase draft tickets with MT is very frustrating. Even if it was like 20K, I think it would be cool, but it is what it is. So let's look at the actual market. We got our packs yesterday. We got the Dunktober packs. I did a whole pack opening on it. 21,000. All right, 2K, like, you need to lower it back down. Deluxe packs, that's too expensive MT wise for a deluxe packs. I mean, essentially you're paying 21,000 to get Josh Giddey, Taylor Horton Tucker, which for whatever reason keeps showing the holographic version, probably because I have that one, and Cam Reddish. Like, at the most you're getting Wendell Carter, Lou Dort, Gary Harris. All those guys are super cheap. So let's actually look at the players themselves, and I'll go into them and see which ones you should pick up and which ones you should leave behind. Right off the bat, Josh Giddey's okay. I mean, if you want to play with Josh Giddey, cool. He's basically discard value. You can get him for like 800 MT. They turned him into essentially a kind of knockoff Luka Doncic. Like, what you expect from early game Luka cards, this is pretty much Josh Giddey, you know, like a mid-70s three-pointer. Like, he's got some ball handling. He's not the fastest. He's a little sluggish. He's 6'8". He's not that great of a defender. He's okay. I mean, if you're looking for someone at this tier to kind of operate ball handling and stuff like that, like you could do a lot worse. You know what I mean? He's fine. For 800 MT, I'm not going to really tell you not to pick any of these guys up for that low cost. I mean, especially if he's going to improve your team for 800 MT, you could do a lot worse. Taylor Horton Tucker has a relatively easy Evo. He's also 800 MT. The one thing I will say about him is his jump shot is just like so terrible. It's easy to time, but if you are on next gen, it is so easy for the CPU to block and contest because he shoots from like a low angle. He shoots kind of like Sean Marion. It's a different jump shot base and a different jump shot timing, but the way he releases it is probably like right here in his forehead, so it's very easy to contest, especially on next gen with the new contest system. So something to be wary about. He does get a lot better once you evo him, and it's only 5 dunks and scoring 50 points, which you could just do in triple threat offline or whatever game mode you happen to be grinding. He's worth the flyer for 800, especially if you're just card collecting. You know, he might come into play at some point in the future. Now, the card that's absolutely worth it is Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is an incredible card, especially for 800 MT. Like 81 three-pointer, 80 driving dunk, super solid. Overall, 81 ball handle. He's not the greatest passer, but who cares? 82 steal, 85 perimeter defense. He doesn't really have any defensive badges that you would want, but it's still fine. 85 speed, 86 lateral quickness. Like altogether, he's just sick. For 800 MT, like you can't do any better than Cam Reddish. It's usually the case. He's usually fine in 2K. Gold badges aren't great, but he's got gold glue hands, which is very important. Same with Hustler, so he's going to go after loose balls. He's got silver catch and shoot, silver corner specialist, neither of which you can upgrade, which is what I was saying a second ago. Hyperdrive, which means he's going to attack the basket better. He's got quick chain, interceptor, posterizer, bailout, silver handles for days, space creator, stop and go. Like he's a very well-rounded card. Bronze quick first step, silver limitless takeoff, so he's going to be booming too. He's also got bronze fast twitch, which is solid. Now, the one badge I would say definitely give him is volume shooter if you plan on using him in like a heavy rotational role, just because, as it says, I've talked about volume shooter all the time because I feel like it's the most slept on badge early game. It boosts shot percentages as you shoot them throughout the game. So once you get to a certain threshold of shot attempts, it'll boost your percentage by a little bit as you go. And it's super important, especially when you're playing in games where a lot of the players don't have the shooting badges that you'd really need them to have. Volume shooter is not important in May. Volume shooter is important in October and like November and stuff like that, though. Having gold volume shooter, super helpful. No joke. Mouse in the house, I mean, if you're playing at small forward and the person you're playing against just happens to use someone smaller, because I think Cam Reddish is like, what, 6'7", right? Or something like that? 6'8", yeah. So, I mean, it might be helpful because most small forwards at this point are like about 6'6", 6'7". A lot of people you're going to run into are running maybe Glenn Robinson, but a lot of people run him at the 4, Kawhi Leonard, Jason Richardson. I mean, LeBron's still a little too big for that to affect, but most of them it will affect a little bit. So, and then you can upgrade all of these. Quick first step, which is good. Limitless takeoff, you can upgrade. I wouldn't sink too much into Cam Reddish. We'll probably get another budget beast like him in the near future. Wendell Carter's pretty good. He's just like a worse version of Chris Boucher. Like, that's basically what he is. He offers you almost like no defense. He's an okay rebounder. He's a decent power forward. He can shoot a little bit. Relatively easy to green jump shot. Looking at the price, I mean, he's like 1,000 MT. Like, he's not that big of an investment. He doesn't have great badges to start with, but you can add some decent ones. But you can't give him like any shooting badges, which is kind of a problem. So that's why I recommend, if you want to pick him up, he's decent budget big man, but I don't think he's really that great. Lou Dort is a GOAT. If you watched my stream last night, he is incredible. Like, literally. He's 6'3", so he's very small. Bradley Beal size. 84 three-pointer, 85 driving dunk, only a 72 ball handle. Doesn't matter. He can still get it done. 90 perimeter defense, 88 steal, 82 speed. He's altogether sick. Glue hands, ankle braces, catch and shoot corner specialist, fearless finisher. He's got gold pickpocket, gold clamps, gold intimidator. He is one of the best defensive guards in the game. And he's just good enough on the offensive side that he makes up for it. He's just small at 6'3". Then we got Gary Harris. He's a relatively easy Evo. He's also super cheap as well. Let me go to the Evos. I forgot exactly what his Evo is. I've only played like no games with him. Well, with this one specifically anyway. He gets better, though. I mean, he gets +4 in a lot of things. Badge-wise, he goes up to Hall of Fame catch and shoot, and he goes up to gold clamps when he's evoed as well. Slithery finisher, gold sniper. He becomes better than Lou Dort when he's actually evoed. Comparison-wise, he's like a slightly better version of Michael Cooper with worse defensive animations. You know what I mean? Michael Cooper's better at defense. Gary Harris is better offensively. He does have that Jonathan Isaac base, so he's going to miss a lot of whites on current gen. It's something to kind of think about before you want to take the plunge on him. Let's look at who else we got. I didn't pull any of the Amethyst. Dennis Schroeder looks all right, but we've already gotten like 6 point guards like him, which is why he's so cheap. He's not really a shooter at all. He's not a dunker. He's like basically Fred VanVleet with worse defense, and he can't shoot that well. Like, that's kind of the best thing I can say about Dennis Schroeder. He's a little bit faster. I'm not a big fan of this card, but if you are, he's like 10K. You know what I mean? Donovan Mitchell is good. He's just small. Like, you're going to be rocking a 6'1" 2 guard. They, for whatever reason, could not allow him to play point guard. I do not understand this in the slightest. If he could play point guard, he'd be one of the best offensive point guards in the game, but he can't. And for that reason, I wouldn't suggest spending this amount of MT on him. That's just my thought. If you're looking for someone to attack the rim, grab Jason Richardson. If you're looking for someone to shoot, grab Bradley Beal. They're both cheaper, and honestly, to a certain extent, an evoed Gary Harris would be a better option than that. Josh Smith is really good. He's very similar to Blake Griffin. They're not that different, to be completely honest. Like, they're really not. Blake's better offensively, and he's better at ball handling, but Josh Smith is significantly better defensively. Like, way better defensively, and he's better at attacking the rim a little bit, but he does have some issues, like his ball handle. Shooting's not great, but the actual jump shot is fine. Josh Smith for certain playstyles is better than Blake Griffin. For other playstyles, Blake Griffin is slightly better. It just kind of depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for more of a defensive anchor, go Josh Smith. If you're looking for someone who's going to be better overall offensively, go with Blake Griffin. Josh Smith isn't that expensive either. At least he wasn't. It looks like he's gone up in price a bit, though. Yeah, about 30K. That's what to expect from a brand new Amethyst. His price should go down over the next few days, though. Dirk Nowitzki. I'll be honest. This Dirk is not looking very good, like, at all. He is 7'1". That's always helpful. He's not good enough defensively to play the center position, and he's not really fast enough to play the power forward position, especially if you run into someone with like a LeBron or something. He's going to get abused. Like, his jump shot is a little bit slow, but it is greenable for sure. He's not the worst perimeter defender. Like, 64 is not horrible, but 55 speed, only a 40 lateral quickness, like, not great. He does have fade. By the way, this card is stupid in the post. Like, he is so good in the post. With that post fade, that 95, with the fade ace badge, he's going to be able to cash post fades at a ridiculously high clip. Is that worth 70K? I'm not really sure, though. Here's Kobe. I mean, Kobe's Kobe, dude. He's good. He's probably the most complete 2-guard in the game, especially at Diamond tier. And you can upgrade a lot of his badges, but like none of his shooting badges can be upgraded, which is unfortunate. He's good though. Like, it's an early game Kobe Bryant. You kind of always know what to expect with early game Kobe's, you know? They're going to be good. They're going to be able to play defense, offense. I mean, he's got Hall of Fame Deadeye and Hall of Fame volume shooter and fearless finisher. Super solid. Jokic is good. Jokic is really good. Now, is he worth the price that he's going for? He's probably the best all-around center in the game. I sold mine for 170K yesterday, and now he's down below 100. That's wild. Yeah, if you're looking for an elite center, I think it's a good idea to pick up Jokic. Granted, he's like way too expensive for the MT. It's probably worth it. Vince Carter is not worth the price. I'll tell you that right now. He's just a slightly better version of Jason Richardson. And I'm not kidding. Like, let's go ahead and do a little comparison here. Where's my boy Jay Rich? No, not Jamal Hashburn. Oh, Jason Richardson is technically a shooting guard. Either way. Oh yeah, comparing to Rod Higgins real quick. And Kelly Tripucka. Anyways, looking at Jason Richardson, though, I mean, similar stat lines. Like, similar stat lines in almost everything. I think Vince might be slightly better defensively, but I would even have to look at that. Let me just pull up Jason Richardson so I can make sure this is accurate. You know what I mean? Make sure the comparisons themselves are accurate. He's not that much different. Like, I'm not kidding. Primetime 2, where's my boy Jay Rich at? All right. So look, the badge count, a little bit different for sure. Vince Carter is definitely a better dunker in regards to badge count. But if you look offensively at the stats, like the mid range, yeah, Vince Carter is +4 mid. You know, whatever. He's +3 3-pointer. Like I said, Vince Carter is the better card. But is he like Jason Richardson is 19,000. Vince Carter is like 300,000. You'd be better off buying Jason Richardson for 19K and upgrading a few of his badges to get him close to Vince Carter than you would be spending 300K at Vince Carter at this point. Same with Kareem. Kareem is if he doesn't shoot threes, Kareem is usually not that expensive. Even though this year he's like a literal unstoppable god in the post. If that's what you're looking for, that's your guy. Now let's look and see if any cards have really fallen in price too much. Like Dwayne Wade a little bit, LeBron not very much. LeBron's not going to fall until we get another LeBron for the most part. You know what I mean? I mean, he's not 260,000 anymore, but that's because I'm recording this early in the morning. So look at the flash guys like Mutombo. Mutombo is kind of in a league of his own as far as like what he does. Granted, we got Jokic, but Mutombo is such a good defender and a three-point shooter that he's not going to fall very much. Derrick Rose has fallen a bit. That's because we just have so many point guards at this point. Let's hit the primetime packs real quick. Yeah, my boy Jay Rich. He's not that expensive. I personally think it's a better idea to go just badge up a Jay Rich than to sit here and try to, you know, buy a Vince Carter for 300K. Yes, Vince Carter's better in a lot of things, but you can give Jason Richardson a lot of the badges that you can both give Vince Carter and that he has. Like, quick first step is really the thing that he needs most of all. I wish you can give him a few more shooting badges, but Jay Rich has a money jump shot anyway. It doesn't really matter. You can give him limitless spot up as well. So that's just my recommendation. That's personally. De'Aaron Fox, how much are you right now? Because De'Aaron Fox is still one of the best point guards in this game. I don't even care. He might even be worth 30K, honestly. I don't know. He might be. What about Bosch? Did you fall? Yeah, Bosch fell in price. A lot of the cards are down right now, so it is what it is. A lot of the point guards are down too. AI is still one of the best point guards in this game. I have yet to run into him yet, though. That's what's crazy. He's rare, dude. As always, it's been your boy Cheap Loot, just going over the market and the implications. The last thing I wanted to talk about before we get up out of here is the challenges. We got some Dunktober Spotlight challenges, and you get like a gold shoe pack and stuff for doing them, and they're all triple threat. So they're probably worth actually doing, like if we're being honest. Some of them are probably pretty difficult, but for the most part, like they're worth doing, I think. Skill challenges as well. You get this Emerald Isaiah Ryder, which they actually put the card art up here, which is pretty tight. He's going to be worth it, especially if we have to use emeralds for any reason in the upcoming limited. They give us these limited warm-up overpowered gem cards for a reason. They're definitely worth doing them. So, as always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes, and I will see you guys in the next one.